Hello, my prepper posse. Hello, good evening. This is not a cooking channel, but I did want to make this for my mother because we were talking about it and I told her that I had made this and she said it was some kind of Yugoslavian recipe that my grandmother used to make. But I'm just going to go ahead and show how it's done. It is everything from the farm. So when you're hungry, this is the most phenomenal meal. I mean, it can go with a piece of meat or without. So this in this bowl is cabbage chopped up. And I even go a little further and I run the kitchen shears through it. Cut it up smaller. Alright? Hold on. Next step is diced onions. So we're putting all the diced onions. My daughter and I just put the ingredients together. And it's a one bowl meal. And you can add all kinds of different stuff to it. Kind of be creative. I don't measure. So that's something that we just don't do. We just throw everything in. So in this bowl is now cabbage and onions. Alright, so next, I normally cut garlic cloves, but tonight I'm just going to put minced garlic in it. You can do whatever you want. You know, I normally will cut cloves up, but we're kind of in a hurry, so we do have minced garlic. We're just going to throw some in. That's good. Alright, the next thing is mozzarella, which we have a bunch of chopped, mozzarella. And you probably could use any cheese. I don't know. I like mozzarella. So we're just going to throw a bunch of mozzarella in. I'm going to use sea salt in mine. You can use any type of salt. You just put salt in it as well. And I put a lot of cheese in. I like a lot of cheese. Mm-hmm. This is the glue that binds it, really.
Yes, it is.
We're just mixing it all up with the hands. Get in there like you're working in the garden in the dirt. It's a wonderful thing. You get that garlic all mixed up in there, the onions, the cabbage, and the cheese. Alright, now we're going to just put a little sea salt in here. And she's going to mix it in. It's good enough, probably. If you want more, you want less, whatever. I mean, you can even put it on afterwards. Just gives it a little bit of flavor. I don't know. Depending upon how much you make, I'm doing a big bowl because I'm going to keep it and make more. This is a lot. So if you're doing a smaller amount, maybe 2 eggs, that you should have 2 eggs in it. We did 4. We got 4 here, right here. But this is such a big portion. I don't know. I may do 6. Why don't we try the 4 first and see how it looks? Because you want it to be wet enough for next. After this is the flour. So hold on. Just mix up 4 eggs. And if it's too wet or not wet, it's probably not going to be wet enough, but we'll see. We'll add 2 more. Yes, we cook on the grill. Just pour it in. And just, you want to use this, if you want to use a spoon, fine. If you don't, that might break. Here. Get it nice and juicy. If it's not wet enough, we may have to get 2 more. So you're stirring it around real quick, and we'll see if it's nice and moist. So we decided on one more. Excuse me. Because it really is kind of moist and we just want a little bit moister because we're going to put the flour in next. Alright, so now we're going to, it's just moist enough. The smell is incredible. And I don't measure, so I'm just putting flour in. Just regular flour. And I'm going to do 3 for now and then see. Because you want the flour to kind of stick to it a little bit. Yeah, it's sticking good. Alright, so I'm going to do a couple more. So it's really like 5. I really don't measure, I just kind of look at the texture of it and you'll know. Alright, I wound up putting 1 more in, so that was a total of 6. And it's like really kind of the perfect texture. And I'm going to go ahead, you can make it, like I'm using this pan, it's like a wok. You know, you can make it just this size. Or you could do smaller, like little hamburger patties. So let me get that started. You can use butter in the bottom of the pan, which I enjoy more, or virgin olive oil. So give me a second. Alright, I got the flame going, and I threw some butter in. I like a lot of butter. I don't like it sticking to the bottom of the pan. So we'll let this melt, and then I'll come right back. Okay, the butter's melting. I'm just going to make a patty, and then I'm going to show you what I add to it. You can, you know, put anything on top of this, whether it's spinach or mushrooms or tomatoes. I enjoy the tomatoes on it. It gives it some kind of, it's just incredible. So, hold on, let me get a patty in there. Alright, there's the patty I put in. And now we're just going to let it cook. And normally, what we'll do is we'll put a plate over it. And you want it to cook, you'll hear it. I'm just going to put a plate over this. There. And let it go. Maybe 10 minutes. It just depends on how much you like it. Hold on. And you notice, look at, I didn't even hardly use that much. So I'll have a lot left over, which I'm real excited about because I could eat this every night. For some reason, the way that it cooks the cabbage, it's phenomenal. And the onions. I can't explain it, but just really a wonderful dish. And I think you could play with it, you know, which is what we're doing. You know, add bacon on top. I don't know. It kind of reminds me, not of latkes, because those are mashed potatoes, but this reminds me of like egg foo young a little bit. Just that flavor. So when it starts cooking, you just gotta, you know, flip it over, and then I'll show you what I mean. I put chopped tomatoes on top with more mozzarella. Then I put the plate back on and let it just melt right on top. It's phenomenal.